Are these the wireless earbuds that got everything right? Let's find out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm looking at these. These are the Hyphen Wireless Earbuds, and they're a big hit right now on Indiegogo. So if you can, you want to check it out there and get them at a good price. But let's talk about them, because the first thing you might notice is that I have it sitting on my wireless Qi charging pad. Yes, they charge wirelessly. Very cool. Now, they also use Bluetooth 5.0, and they have touch controls. And these touch controls, you're going to need to study this for a little while. Here's their little cheat sheet, and I find it more than a little bewildering. But you can be far away and triple tap to get to something like Siri or Cortana or Hey Google or something, and then you can actually talk and make phone calls and all of this stuff, all without ever having to touch your device. Pretty nice. Could also obviously be in your pocket or purse. That is all really handy. Maybe you're in class and you're not supposed to be on the phone, but you are. Whatever. We're not going to go down the road of how you use it. I'm just going to observe they have touch controls. Now, they have also the design where you pull out one and then it goes like across your body. So the right ear is on the left side of the case and the left ear is on the right side of the case. And they're already paired and ready to go. So I have them paired with my Apple iPhone. Obviously they will work with Android too. And let me just give it some music. They sound really nice. We'll come back to the sound. I want to just keep talking about some of the other features. So, like I said, you cross them when you put them in the box, and super easy. They have a magnet, so now they're both charging. That's all I had to do. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. I really like that. Now, it's a square lid, it's not hinged, so it just goes straight on, kind of like a jeweler's box, right? And again, I drop it onto here. And here's what's interesting is because of the way they designed it, if I have the lid on, I have no feedback that it's actually charging other than whether the wireless charger itself shows me. And this particular one has a little blue light, so I know that it's working. But, you know, not sure why they didn't have some sort of indicator light on the front or somewhere where you'd be able to see it open or closed. Oh well, whatever. Now, as I said, IPX5 water resistant, so you don't want to swim with these, but if you're out for a run and it starts raining, you don't have to panic and freak out. Always a good thing. And let's see, in the box comes with manual, handy. And then they have another box, which I kind of destroyed opening this thing, but that's how it goes. So in this box comes the micro USB charging cable, in case you don't already have 30 or 40 of those. And it comes with one set of foam ear tips and 3 different sizes of regular ear tips. So as always with these sort of devices, please take the time to try different sizes out, because the right size is going to make a huge difference in the audio quality. It will be noticeable, mostly on the bass. So if you put these in and you put on your favorite music and you're like, there is nothing below 500 hertz, there is no bass at all, could be that you just have the wrong size ear tips. In fact, I'm confident that's what the problem is, because they actually have a lot of bass. So really nice. 45-foot range, so you don't have to be right next to your device for it to work. And the battery life's pretty impressive. So once you have these fully charged, as these are, you can see they're not lit up in the case, so they're fully charged. That will give me 5 hours of play, plus or minus a little bit. If you listen to music super loud, it actually eats your battery up a little faster, but roughly 5 hours. And then you can put it back in for about 4.5 additional charges, giving you a total of 28 hours of playtime. That's pretty nice. And here's what also is really cool is they have a quick charge system. So give it 15 minutes charge and you have 3 hours of play. So, you know, there you are and your earbuds are complaining or they just died. Just give it 15 minutes on a charger or plugged in and you're good for a couple more hours. So that's really nice. There's a lot to really like about this. Now, let's see. I used this for some phone calls and they sound okay. They're not entirely dissimilar to the experience you have with the Apple AirPods because the microphone is way up here, not really close to your mouth, but they certainly sounded good enough that I was on phone calls and no one was saying, can you pick up your handset or something? I can barely hear you. No complaints at all. In terms of how they sounded okay. I will warn you, you only get sound on your left ear. And I will say though, is that you can use just the right earbud. If you want to just do one, you can just do the right. It actually is designed for that. Not sure why you would do that, what your situation would be, but if you want to, it is an option. There is also zero lag. The company is very proud of the fact that there's zero lag, so these are really good with watching videos or movies on tablet, computer, your phone, your watch, whatever. If you're watching movies on your watch, that's not how they're designed. Please use a bigger screen. I know, it's okay. So let's talk about the Indiegogo campaign, and then I'll come back and I'll talk just a little bit more about the sound itself. Now, it's been on Indiegogo for a while, and of course, by the time you watch this video, that might be all done, but right now it's on Indiegogo with 19,900 backers. So they have blown way past any of their expectations because people are reading about all the specs and they know the company's delivered previous models on time, which is an unusual thing in the world of Kickstarter and Indiegogo. And so they're super enthused, and I can tell you, these are pretty darn nice. Now, this is gray. They also come in black or white. You can choose, and I'll get to the price in a minute. I'm gonna let charge on the wireless charger there, because I want to talk about the sound. The sound is really good, actually. It has a really nice crispness to it and lots of lows. The highs aren't bright. You know how sometimes when you're listening to music, the highs are a little painful and you're like, let's turn that down because it's making me cringe. Again, these do not have that. These have a really nice sound all the way up and down the spectrum. And they have a nice sound stage, as they say, which is the sense that if you close your eyes, you can sort of point to where different instruments are or different singers or whatever, depending on the kind of music you listen to. I was very impressed. I enjoyed them a lot. My only comment is that if you're in a noisy environment, that even with the right size ear tips, obviously super important, they're not going to mask out a whole ton of the environmental noise that's around you, the ambient noise. And so I found that these probably weren't great in like a coffee shop or in my work office or something. But you know, if you're in a relatively quiet environment, if you're like sitting at home and no one else wants to hear your music or your podcast or your audiobook, these are going to work really well and you're going to be really happy with them. So lots to like. They've done a really nice job with these. And in terms of the case, you know, it's clearly bigger than like the case you'd get for AirPods or something like that, but not horribly so. And it's a nice sort of a soft plastic, if that's not an oxymoron. So it has a nice feel to it in your hands. And you get used to the whole way that the lid pops open. Initially, I thought it was hinged, and that didn't go well. Finally, I just pulled it straight out, and it worked great. So sometimes you don't know how these things are designed. But that's it. So really lots to like about this. Please go click subscribe to my channel, leave me comments, give me feedback, whatever you want to do, any interaction, any engagement, all good. So then these, let me open it up one more time. These are the Hyphen Wireless Earbuds, and their expected retail price is $139. But on Indiegogo, as I record this review, they are actually priced at $69 plus shipping. So that's a pretty good deal for something with this level of sound and all of the features and functions. So I think you might well want to check that out. I have an Indiegogo link on the bottom in the description of this video, so you can use that as a shortcut or just search for Hyphen Wireless Earbuds. And with that, I will catch you in my next video.